and things like it is the equivalent of the red pill.
This is a technology, it's a computing language, and I can build an app on it.
Is Bitcoin the currency of the future?
Crypto gang, it's the game, big game, alt game, light game, cash game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. No. Chew them up like bubble gum. No. Just made a meal with my pocket change. No. Wreck about to go and join the hodl gang. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Crypto gang, it's the game, big game, alt game, light game, cash game, blockchain. Whoa, I don't really ever buy stocks, man. No. Haters wanna say I'm in a bubble, man. No. Chew them up like bubble gum. No. Just made a meal with my pocket change. No. Wreck about to go and join the hodl gang. Hodl gang, hodl gang, hodl gang. Ethereum pays for my rent. Bitcoin pays for the vent. Litecoin pays for the jet. Bitcoin cash for the rest. Spent 30 racks on an ICO. What coin did you buy? I forgot, yo. Just got started last night, bro. And I'm already hooked like a pipe stove. Flipping the coin, making it grow, taking it slow, letting it go. Cash flow's growing, it's incredible to watch it flow. Stacking the cash, taking it home, making it fast. I'm on a roll. Little bit mo's all I ask for the bubble though. Currently learning about a new type of currency. Burning the dollar down like an emergency. Urgently, listen, my friends have been urging me. Coins have been surging, we're earning like surgency. We on a mission, man. Crypto maniac. Act like you don't really know about it. Stop that. Bitcoin blowing up like a bomb. Step back. Used to be a couple $100. Should've copped that. Blew up on a scene from the mind of a brainiac. Back in 2009, where the mine is at. Silk Road, baby, it's gotta be anonymous. Satoshi blew up, now we on the map.
What is good, everybody? It's your boy, Reckless Ray Dinero, and we are back at it again for another episode of Crypto Portfolio Updates. It's with me, your boy, Reckless Ray Dinero. Oh, geez, let's fix his lights. Hold on a second. Oof. It's bright. It's bright up in here. It's bright. Let's do that. Go port. We don't need that. I like that. Keep the art in the back. Bring the studio lights in. It's bright. It's bright in here. Hold on, let me. Oh, extendo clip. What's going on? First and foremost, get with the housekeeping. Shout out to the bag chasers. Bag chasers do get this first. This will be coming in Sunday, November 12th. Edition of the Crypto Portfolio Updates. I was thinking about doing it earlier on Saturday, but it'd be disingenuous to do a recording on Saturday and not release it on Saturday. So I like to give you guys the freshest, the most up to date. And you know, for only doing it once a week, we got to keep it consistent. So here we are in the studio. Studio's expanding. We got a little bit more art back in there. We got some stuff. The Bag Chasers get it first. And what are the Bag Chasers? Bag Chasers is a Patreon group. It is not my Patreon group. I don't get any funding or kickbacks from this. You know, it would be nice if you guys said old Reckless Ray Dinero sent you over there if you decide to join up. But it is Anton Daniels of AntonDaniels.com's Patreon group. Not mine. It is a group that I am a part of. You find me over there flitting around in the crypto chat heavy. We've got a crypto voice chat on the Discord server over there. If you join the Bag Chasers, the Patreon's dope. There's really great content in there, but I feel like all the moving and shaking is happening in the Discord. If you are not in the Discord and you are a Bag Chaser, you are doing yourself a disservice. That is my free advertisement for something that doesn't make me money. And they get it first. The rest of you will be getting this hump day, which will be November. Gotta look at the calendar. 15th, because I never know what day it is, because 90% of the time we are working either on my business or in the studio working on my content. So if you're working every day, except for like one day, Saturday evenings, take a little time, go out, have a little bit of fun. But outside of that one day, the rest of the time we're working hard. So the rest of you will be getting it on Wednesday. If you are not having the week that you want, it is not too late to pivot. We are at the midpoint for those of you watching this on Wednesday. And yeah, as we march towards 500, those things will change. We'll have some members only opportunities. I'm cooking up some stuff specifically for once we hit monetization. Obviously, it's going to be on. We have a push for getting the watch hours up. Also, people, definitely make sure you're tapped in. Also, have you liked the video yet? Are you subscribed? Do you have the bell notifications on so that you know when these premieres go live? are you sharing this content with your friends and family? We're not trying to make it over here by ourselves in the wolf pack, and there's always room for more in the wolf pack. But let's jump into it. Bull run is in full effect. People. And before we get into that, there's something that I got to put out there for everybody. It is scam season, especially in crypto. If you are in crypto, people are gonna. Well, there's a couple of things that happen. People start asking you for money, which is crazy. A lot of people are not financially literate. So what you'll see over the next 12 to 24 months, covering the bull run. Actually, it's 16 to 24 months because we're about 18 to 24 months because the bull run, technically, the halving is in April. So that's technically the start. We have definitely flipped bullish. I just did my first cash out for DeFi. We switched the day, but definitely looking like it's about to get wild. Like this month, specifically as we're tearing these portfolios down, they're still just kicking out good amounts of money. Like we're gonna break our goal. We might break the stretch goal. We'll see how these things come down. But it's scam season. People are gonna ask you to do stuff with them within the back channels that you're in. If they're publicly accessible back channels, people are going to start asking you stupid questions, especially for those of us who have put ourselves out there as having been in the market and knowing what we're talking about. And it's almost like the game where people are always telling you these sob stories about how they got ripped off, but it's actually them trying to rip you off. Just assume everyone, like me personally, bro, if you come at me with a stupid story, I'm going to tell you to just hold your L. I don't care. I don't. Like, of all the people to tell a dumb story to, like, I'll listen to your dumb story, but I'm also going to just tell you you're dumb. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think about it. Like, I think your story's stupid. I'm going to think you're stupid, and I'm not going to care. Like, it's par for the course. If you're the type of person who just does stuff that people ask you to, regardless of whether you know them or not, because there's people in the space that don't have the financial literacy that I have, that offline, and like, I'm not that dude. But offline, they're online posting that they're doing the most on socials. Offline, they're asking me for money. It's bull run season. You're not going to, no. And I don't care. Also, like we running the numbers up over here. I'm good doing what I'm doing. I have no interest in investing in anyone. I have no interest in anything but mutually beneficial collaborations. Like, if I check your content and you're wanting to talk about crypto with me and you don't know what you're talking about, it's probably not going to happen unless it's on my platform where I'm in control of it. Like, I'm definitely not having nobody leverage me over dumb stuff. And it's getting to that point. And like, I just don't want to be associated with slimy people. I don't want to be associated with people that are out here faking the funk. Like, that's cool. You want to fake it till you make it. That's fine. Don't fake it around real ones. You know, it just is what it is. Like, there's too much opportunity out here, and people are still, even with the opportunities that we're getting ready to roll into over the next 18 to 24 months, they're still trying to take shortcuts. They're still trying to scam people. It's pathetic. It truly is pathetic. And it just goes to show the level of weakness in some of these people that are out here in these spaces that are telling you that their lives are just perfect and great. Thanks for the highlight reel. But the real recognize real and game recognize game. Like, it is what it is. But let's jump over to, let me refresh this again before I pull it back up. Let's get into the fun stuff. In closing, for the intro, tell everyone no. We broke this year. All funds are spent already. We're in the market. We're building up for the future. We're creating life-changing wealth. You don't have time. We can't save everybody. If you're if you don't have the mentality or the discernment to understand that you can't just be doing stuff that everybody asks you to get ripped off, you don't belong in crypto. This space is not for you. And we're going to close it out on that. And then we're going to get into the fun stuff because it's bull run. Like, bull run's great because all the news is good. Like, strategically, it's just being strategic with what you're doing with the money, making sure we secure profits when whatever that is. For some of you, that is completely cashing out. For others, that's converting the speculative plays into longer term plays. Where we're at right now with the portfolio, we're just breaking it down, converting it over to Ethereum, paying back our Alchemix loan chunk by chunk. And then after we free that up, we got to figure out where we're going to place it next. And as far as breaking down the portfolio goes, I think we're only going to break down what we need to get that loan back, because that's the only thing that I have outstanding. We got like a little bit over synthetics over on Synthetics Network because you have to leverage to stake over there. And I was looking and I noticed that like my reserve that I made specifically for synthetics, that I made out of leveraging the synthetics tokens to keep them staked and keep the liquidity flowing, I have cleared. Actually, I more than doubled what I need to pay back to get all my synthetics back. So we're gonna see what we need, because that's the largest holding and it's also the slowest mover as far as like what's getting paid out weekly. And I have to unstake it weekly. You can't wait 2 weeks or you lose your tokens if you don't get them within a certain window. So I have to pull it out every week, but it's like normally we try to get to the metric of like $10 to pull our staking rewards. And that one is consistently like right now it's about $7, but it consistently runs under. Like, fortunately it's on optimism, so that you're spending 3 to 10 cents to get $7, which obviously math checks out on that. It's just an annoying thing that I have to do, but also that was the bulk of our play for last year. That's our second place token. So like if we can just nix that, because, and the reason being is synthetics is much higher up on the list, and we'll go over that when we get into the breakdown of the portfolio. Actually, I'm going to save that. We're going to revisit it when we get to the breakdown of the portfolio, because we got to do the fun thing. We got to open this up with our top 5 gainers and losers. So let me bring that back to the screen. Get me out of the screen because I'm not a narcissist. I'm just going to sit here. Let's see how many can you see. Okay, so you got 4, and then there's 1 behind my head. So we need to go up 1. Oh, this is interesting. Actually, before we do this, let's refresh it again. Okay. Welcome to the bull run, folks. We're starting to get some bull run numbers. We're going to start off with the top 5 gainers over the last 24 hours. And starting that off at number 1 at rank 865, we have Research Coin, RSC. They have had a gain of 471.7%. Again, in the last 24 hours. Again, folks, welcome to the bull run. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Again, folks, welcome to the bull run. This will not be uncommon moving forward. It's about to get wild. Hopefully, somebody who watches this is in Research Coin, because I'm happy for your win. I love these early bull run pops. Oh man, it's beautiful. At number 2, we have Pangolin at rank 988 PNG. And they are up 110.2% in the last 24 hours. At number 3, we have at rank 854, Cryptix Finance, CTX. And they have had a gain of 84.7% in the last 24 hours. At number 4, we have at rank 904, Epic Prime, EPIK. And they have had a gain of 72.4% in the last 24 hours. And rounding it out, last but not least, but something interesting to keep an eye on. At rank 734, we have Rarible, Rari, R-A-R-I, and they've had a gain of 59.1% in the last 24 hours. That's one to keep an eye on, because as we're getting these bull run signals, that is an NFT site where you buy, sell, and sell NFTs. That's a good bull run indicator when we're seeing the NFT market also starting to make moves. Money and capital is flowing into the back end of the NFT market. Now, I probably won't be as active in the NFT space as I previously was, because I don't understand it. It is pure gambling as far as I'm concerned. If I see something that looks like it has some actual utility, I might jump in on it. But what I think we will be doing is we will be making some NFT plays on the back end, like some infrastructure stuff. We've got Looks that's in the 2024 portfolio. Definitely looking at keeping that position. I think that's going to be an interesting play. We might look into Blur. If Blur has staking, I might swap it out for Looks. We'll see. We'll see. Now moving over to the list we don't want to be on, but the list isn't that bad in comparison to how good the winners are. Again, bull market indicator. So when you got big numbers over here and little numbers over here, that means we're moving in the right direction. When you got big numbers on the losing side and little numbers on the winning side, that means we're in the bear market and we're out here scrapping. We're out here in the mud. At number 8, at rank 818, we have RabbitX, RBX, and they have had a loss of 29.9%. And oh, geez, I got to do this again. Hold on. 29.9% in the last 24 hours. And then at number 2, we have GAS, GAS, at rank 256, and they've had a loss of 20.4% in the last 24 hours. At rank 993, we have JoeCoin, JOE, and they have had a loss of 18.8% in the last 24 hours. At number 4, we have Shadow Token, sitting at rank 469, SHDW. They have had a loss of 17.3% in the last 24 hours. And rounding out, last but not least, we have at rank 183, which is wild to me, we have Corgi, AI, CORGAI, or GIAI. And they've had a loss of 16.8% in the last 24 hours. Whew. Gainers and losers. It's looking good. Okay, so let's get some visuals up here. We're going to move on to the next page, next part of the show. Actually, hold on. Let's go back here real quick, because I want to refresh this, because if those numbers have changed, these numbers have changed. Let's make sure we got all the right numbers. Ba-doop, 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 ba-doop. There we go. Okay, let's bring her back. Okay, we are looking at the 2023 portfolio that we're actively breaking down. As you can see, the Ethereum pool is growing as we are nixing positions as needed to get the pool of money to pay back the Alchemix loan, which we're holding in Ethereum. We'll go over, convert it into whatever we need to pay back that loan, and then, which I think is going to be probably... Oh, actually, I think it's Alchemix's Ethereum derivative, which works for us. That'll be an easy conversion. You can see that growing. Everything else is shrinking. Bitcoin is growing, because right now, as we're buying into the market, we're just buying into Bitcoin. As that pumps, we'll convert it over to Ethereum for the end of the year, thus adding to the Ethereum pool. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get into the top 10. Now, we were talking about the Synthetics network position. Slow grower, but like we're good. We're good. Also, another thing to note, we have 56.97%. Full transparency, we give the 97%, but like realistically, I'm feeling like it's a 57. I feel real good about this. Real good about this end of year pump. This end of year bull run, because we were doing good for the bull run. We were up around the 30s. It dipped down to 20s, and now we up in the 50s. you go ahead and tell your favorite trader about me, bro. Let's talk about these portfolios, because crypto portfolios hit different, especially for like, I'm not even counting the next 18 to 24 months. Like, we're not going to count that. We're not even going to count it, because it's going to be too stupid. It's going to be dumb. Like, nobody who's not in the crypto space is going to have nothing to say to me about portfolios, and nobody's tracking their portfolios. I would really think that would be a fun, active, where's your money at conversation to have if we had some content creators that wanted to actually track their portfolios the way that old Reckless Ray Dinero over here does. But they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that, because then they'd have to count the L's. I mean, what's crazy to me is they don't even track them during the time when you get to be the guru. Because this is coming out of a bear market. We've had what, 2 months of bull run, maybe, and I'm redeploying one of them. November, we had October. Actually, we'll say 2 months. October, November, we're actively tearing down into Ethereum. So we did most of this work. Most of these positions were seeded when things were bad, when people were like, why are you buying that? And if you go back on this playlist, you find out exactly why I bought what I bought, because we built this portfolio out together. You guys got to watch me. So, you know, it's going to be Ray Stomps on your favorite traditional finance guy all year, and then all the year after as well. Like, and if we get the ETF, then, I mean, it's going to be a wrap. It's a wrap. It's over. I mean, we don't need it, but if we get it, whew, the game will have changed. Hold on. Let me bring this back down a little bit. 2, 3. All right. So, rounding out the top 10 of the portfolio, let's take a look at it. We'll call it what it is. It's going to be good. At position number 1, we have Ethereum, ETH. Number 2, Synthetics Network, SNX. Number 3, we have Bitcoin, the original orange pill, BTC. At number 4, we have USDC, cash position. Number 5, we have Nasdaq's NSDX. At number 6, we have wrapped Bitcoin, WBTC. At number 7, we have Arbitrum, ARB. At number 8, we have Cosmos Hub, ATOM. At number 9, hold on. At number 9, we have Thor Wallet Dex, TGT. And at number 10, geez, glancing at this, I got way off kilter. We have Camelot Token, GRAIL, Grail. And that's the portfolio so far. And like, as we're tearing down like the Camelot position, we have those locked for a year. So we are not going to be able to pull those positions out, which I'm not really that worried about. We'll get them out at some point during the bull run, and we'll see what's what with moving those things over. It's going to be interesting, people. It is going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of volatility. The volatility is going to be going up. I mean, in the right direction, but there's going to be pullbacks. And you'll hear people say this is going to be a news cycle during some of these pullbacks that, oh, it's over. It's over. They're going to try and scare you out of the markets. Now, you gotta create your own exit strategies. If you don't have a plan, you're planning to fail. You don't want to be moving in these markets emotional. This needs to be very methodical, very thought out, you do what the plan says no matter what. More often than not, there's going to be deviations. We're humans, but more often than not, follow the plan, because everyone out here who's just chasing the storm is going to be buying and selling opposite of when they should. They're going to be selling during the dips. They're going to be buying the peaks, and then you're going to end up like Richard Fain after the market settles itself and we crash back down and we go back into our bear market, talking about you bought meme coins and then it didn't work out for you because you bought at the top. We're not doing that over here. It's going to be interesting with the next the next iteration of the portfolio, because season 2 of Crypto Portfolio Updates, which will be starting in December. I don't know if I'm going to have new updates for that stuff. We shall see. I think I need to. We're gonna try and do some better branding. We're gonna be making some updates as we get closer to monetization. We'll put it that way. But season 2 is going to be a longer drug out one, because I don't want to break that portfolio down in the middle of a bull run to restart in the middle of a bull run. So those positions we are going to be planning out. It's going to be a longer term portfolio. It's probably going to run about 24 months, however long the bull run lasts, and then we'll be looking at the start of that portfolio, how we're rolling that out, what we roll over, what we transfer in, and what we add to. And then we will also be in that same mindset, that same ideology, that same, we'll say that same that same logic line of thinking. We'll get to see that grow out over a bull run. So you guys will get to learn how somebody who's going on their 4th bull run, that's 12 years in the market, folks, looks at and navigates a bull run from the perspective of a veteran who's actively in these chains, in these streets, in DeFi, navigating the market. It's going to be interesting. So stay tuned. Okay, so now we're going to break over and we're going to jump into the news. And this is one that you will also see on Future Financial Strategies. We dove a little bit deeper into this. I'm not going to sit here and tie up a whole bunch of time on it because it's just more of the same old, same old. Citizens Bank is shuttered. Assets and deposits are assumed by Iowa Trust and Savings Bank, another medium-sized Midwestern regional bank, has collapsed in the United States. I'm familiar with Citizens Bank because down here we have Citizens Banks. They're it's interesting because the narrative has changed. We're not talking about the banking collapse anymore. They have all sorts of other problems, but the banks are still collapsing. No better promo for Bitcoin than the banks collapsing while Bitcoin is going into its bull market. Like I can't. I mean, hey, bro, I'm not about kicking people when they're down, but like sometimes when you garner the vitriol, we got to take our jabs. Now, moving on to the next story. Shout out to the XRP army. Ripple to power Georgia's central bank digital currency. Now, as you know, we are not keen on central bank digital currencies. It's going to be a control mechanism to control the population. It will help keep the peasants and the dissenters in their place. It's an additional means of control from the top to control those at the bottom. But for our purposes, because we out here getting bags, we're moving up, so that way we're just not at the bottom. The easiest way to remedy this problem is to just not be at the bottom of the hierarchy. That's the angle we're playing here. So we're collecting all bags. We're utilizing all tools at our disposal, and XRP is going to be in the 2024 portfolio, and we're going to be riding the wave. Are we keeping it long term? No. Because I don't personally, I hope the traditional financial system burns, but we will be using that run up to acquire ETH because we are on that 32 ETH mission and, using all the tools at our disposal. So good news for XRP. This definitely is going to help with the price because on the back end, that means the country of Georgia will be utilizing RippleNet and utilizing XRP because that's what runs this on the back end for transactions. So good on Ripple. They're doing what they set out to do. They're the gateway for the traditional financial system to move into the future, stay relevant, and become more efficient. They're actively going at their mission. And you can't hate on them for it. They set out, made a clearly defined goal, and they're executing on that goal. They're not trying to be Ethereum. They have a different goal. This is a very niche lane that is their lane. They're going to be great for this. Cross-border transaction, onboarding traditional finance into the blockchain space. Let's go. So shout outs to them. Now moving on to they're not trying to be Ethereum news. We're going to talk about Ethereum. I got a couple of articles here that we're going to breeze through. This one, I always have to bring it up every once in a while because people are like, oh, well, all these other places have partnerships and it's like we're partnered with Amazon and they're just paying to use Amazon Web Services and they consider that a partnership. That is a lie. That is not a partnership. If you're paying them for the service, you're not partnered. You're just utilizing it. It's called expanding the truth. It's kind of like when dudes go rent a Maserati to go out for the weekend off Turo and then take pictures with the Maserati that they rented for the weekend to go out and look like they're doing something. And they say they actually own a Maserati, but they're renting it on Turo for the weekend. That it's basically the same thing. It's lying. So Ethereum has an enterprise alliance, and this is just covering some of the name brand. Like these are the big companies that are putting money in, building on, utilizing Ethereum, investing in Ethereum directly. And I was just going to scroll through here and let's see here. Oh, good. A comparison of decades. I probably should have done this better. But this is from the Motley Fool. You know, we'll go from some traditional finance places because I don't like bringing just crypto articles. I like bringing in articles from other places so that way we can like have the conversation and talk about it. I think there's okay, so let's see here. Some of the ones that they're talking about in this article. And this is an older article, but these people are still a part of it. JP Morgan Chase. Remember when they were telling us that we shouldn't have been getting into crypto, but they've been invested in crypto? Yeah, that one. Microsoft. Interesting, right? Intel. Also interesting. Accenture. BP, the gas station. Credit Suisse. Oh, what's this? Also, Cisco Systems, Scotiabank, and MasterCard. You could also add Visa to that. They're not listed on this one. Also, Goldman Sachs. Like, that's just like a handful of companies. They actually have the whole list out there, and there are a lot of companies that are invested that are in this. And that's the reason when we pulled up the DeFi and it was like, where's all the money sitting? And like over 50% of it's on the Ethereum blockchain. There's a reason. When I say that there's that I don't no longer consider Ethereum even an altcoin, there's a reason. Like there's just too much money on it. Like it's basically like I said, like it's just math. I just follow the money. And last but not least, the last one, Ethereum rockets past 2100 as BlackRock files for Ethereum ETF. Now we broke 2000, which was a big barrier for us. Funny, BlackRock's already filing for a spot ETF for Ethereum right behind their Bitcoin filing. Interesting. Now, we are not currently sitting at 2100. We are sitting at $2,056.91. But like we've been flirting with it. Like we're stair-stepping up. There are going to be pullbacks. It's going to be interesting. Oh, what is that? That in a new tab. That's interesting. But yeah, I mean, the stuff isn't like once stuff is solidified. Like I know XRP is not going away either. Like they're solidified. They're going to be the team that helps the evil empire stay relevant. Like, which is fine. Like, you know, like there's a lot of people that are diehard about XRP, and I don't understand why. I'm like, the system that we're trying to get away from, people are gonna stake their flag on the coin that's going to keep that around so that you can continue to be a slave. Like, okay, like that's fine, but there's money to be made. It's not going away because obviously traditional finance, they're not just going to roll over and be like, oh, something better where people have the ability to compete on an equal playing field with each other and us. No, they're never gonna settle for that. They want you on your knees forever and broke. So they're going to do what they need to do to be where they need to be in regards to how they're wanting to navigate, and they're not going to not go into the future. There's also too much money in that. But these types of moves, man, you gotta start watching it. Like what's actually happening. And you know, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and like, you know, Chainlink's been kind of they've been not releasing articles, but they're getting used in the back end. So they're getting the coins getting utilized. Like they're trying to spin up some stuff that's different than like what their core directive is or what's being utilized for that token, which is fine. It's whatever. People got to make news articles. But as far as people making moves, things happening, I've seen Matic, they're consistently getting partnerships, like legitimate ones. XRP's constantly working with somebody outside of the United States. Like they never stopped working, even while they were going through the lawsuit. The token's been undervalued. So they've been consistently moving forward. Ethereum consistently moving forward. Bitcoin's Bitcoin. We don't even need to talk about that. Consistently moving forward. Like Bitcoin is the market. So in summation, I've given my thoughts on these articles, but definitely tap in with me down in the comments and let me know what you think. Are you guys excited for the bull run? Are we ready? Are we ready to make some moves? Are we liking this? Actually, you know what? I do have a legitimate question for the people that are watching the stream regularly and participating, because I do a premiere. And I normally try to do the premiere in a time where I can tap in for a little bit, at least say what's up, you know, give a little shout out and, you know, be in there and interact. But me doing the premiere based on me being able to hit the chat and talk to you guys, like you guys can talk to each other. I don't necessarily have to be there. And like most of the time, as long as it's during the day, it'll be in a space where I can stop for a couple of minutes at minimum to get in there, just say hi to everybody who's tapped in. What time works for you guys best for the premiere? Hit me with that down in the chat. Definitely. Also, you can reach out, shoot me an email. Like let's have the conversation, because I definitely want to have these premieres at a time where it's the most convenient for the people watching, because this isn't about me. Like I'm documenting the process so I can go back and look back and, you know, hopefully one day show my kids and grandkids how awesome I was when we were making the pivotal moves that we're going to set our family up for the rest of our lives. So when they go, hey, generational wealth, I can be like, well, this is where this came from, and this is exactly what went into making it. You can go watch it. But I also want to add value for the people that are watching, because, you know, me doing this for you guys also makes me better at what I'm doing. So something to think about. Tap in with me down in the comments. I do check the comments. I do respond to most of the comments. You're going to notice every bull run, there's going to be bots down in the comments. All these ones where it's like the 80 million comments and they're talking about how they saved their lives. Those are scams. And I'm probably just going to start commenting as the last comment that this is a scam, because, you know, if you're going to get on my platform and you're going to comment down in my comments, I'm going to ball you out down in the comments and tell you that you're garbage. But that aside, I do respond to the comments. In closing, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We're not trying to make it over here by ourselves. Hope you guys are getting all the value that you can out of this. This week's episode of Guns and Butter is specific for the crypto bros. It's going to be a crypto hangout. probably about 3-4 hours, something like that. And we're just going to be talking crypto. We are not talking about anything but crypto. We're going to be doing a Q&A. You guys can ask questions. We're going to have the conversation. We're going to talk to people, see where people's heads are at, and, hopefully try to add some value live. I know that there's not a lot of live streams where people are allowed to participate in the conversation. It's always a guru talking at you or putting some guy who's reading the tea leaves, aka the charts, that somehow are never right or are always right. These people never lose money. Everyone's a bazillionaire. I don't know. But we're going to have the conversation. We're going to answer some questions, and we're just going to talk shop. So definitely this week over on Guns and Butter, make sure to stop through. Also, I'd add, the chat dictates that show. I'm just there to host and facilitate. I talk about what you guys want to talk about. So if we get more crypto people over there, we'll talk about more crypto over there. So it files in. It's economics. And I'm a very future focused person. I like to be where the puck is going or where the ball is going. And that's where the ball is going. So hope you guys enjoyed. Again, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Till next week, it's your boy, Reckless Ray Dinero. And I am out.
Cryptocurrency, currency. She love cryptocurrency. Me have a hot sexy girl. Whoa. Yeah. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She whine and go down and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no want the cash, she want the crypto. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She whine and come up and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no want the cash, she want the crypto. Decentralized like a blockchain. Anyway you see me, girl, you know it not go stop rain. Pull up in the Beamer or the Benz, or the Bentley. Cryptocurrency, that's what we spending. We not in a lending. No for them a stake, yo. We not in a renting. Bad mind fussy them. Once we ending. Grinding out with face, but call that pretending. Now left me 9 milli. Girls, so we trending. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She whine and go down and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no want the cash, she want the crypto. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She whine and come up and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no want the cash, she want the crypto. She love cryptocurrency, cryptocurrency. She love cryptocurrency. MetaMask wallet. Cryptocurrency. Coinbase wallet. Stack it up. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar. She whine and go down and she dips her. She love dancehall and calypso. She no want the cash, she want the crypto. Me have a hot sexy girl, just a tip jar.